There was actually a small funny story at Eurovision in concert, because at the beginning of his performance, Vanja was throwing some promo CDs into the audience, and I think 2 or 3 rows before me, a guy was hit in the face by one of his promo CDs. He was throwing them really far into the audience, I think 20 or 25 meters or something like that.
Wow.
And but in the end, another guy next to me got the CD that hit the other person and gave it to him as an apology. So that was a really nice moment in the audience there. Yeah, there was a bit of an odd start for this one in Amsterdam, but in the end, I love Balkan ballads, and I think this is a solid one. The instrumentation could have been a bit better, a bit richer, maybe more guitar, a flute or something like that. This is relying very much on these heavy piano chords, but it's nice, and I hope this qualifies, because I think that if this does well, Montenegro will send more of this in the future, and I hope so. I hope that maybe sometime Željko Joksimović might come back, because he's one of my favorite Eurovision artists of all time. Lana Moje might be my favorite song in Eurovision after all, so it's not a big surprise that I like this.
Oh, that's such a great choice for your all-time favorite Eurovision song. Yay!
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of have similar opinions to you. Like, I'm a fan of Balkan ballads as well, but like this is like more on sort of like the B list in terms of the caliber of Balkan ballads we've had in Eurovision, but still glad that we have at least one of these in this year's contest at least. And this is like similar to Georgia, like this is rather underappreciated by the fans, like kind of mentioned a few weeks ago, but it was John and a couple of our other friends went to a UK OGAI event where they were scoring all the songs, and they got mocked by some idiot for singing along to the song. that kind of, and I said that kind of annoyed me, but as I digress. I think it's a really nice song. It's got a nice build to it, and I had to look at the translated lyrics recently, and they're heart-wrenching, which is quite standard for the Balkan ballads, which is partly why I'm such a big fan of them, because I'm a bit of a softie at heart. And I hope this qualifies. I mean, these kind of entries tend to qualify, especially for Montenegro, where that is the only type of song where they're qualified with. So I'm hoping that it continues that trend at least.
Well, that's the way to endear yourself to an audience. Walk on stage and attack them with CDs. You made a very good point. Like, Montenegro have almost been as avant-garde as Georgia over the years, and yet the only time that they've qualified is with traditional folk Balkan ballads, and I think they could do it again this time. I mean, it pales into comparison when you put it up against the likes of Željko's songs and even Moj Svijet, but this is the type of Eurovision song I appreciate. You know, you can stick your chart-friendly stuff where it doesn't shine, but yeah, I'm hopeful for this. It's the odds may seem stacked up against it, but then if it does qualify, we'll all be like, oh yeah, it had to qualify.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck, Vanya. And he seems to have a really cracking sense of humour as well. He's been cracking a lot of self-deprecating jokes on the pre-party circuit. So he seems like a really sound guy. So yeah, good luck to him.
Oh. Okay, anything else before we give this a score?
Yeah, I remember that most of these Balkan ballads, even the ones that qualified in the last years, were underestimated before the contest, underrated by, especially by the betting odds. I remember that Knez has had also very bad betting odds in 2015, and he managed to get, I think, 14th or 13th?
13th.
Or something like that.
Yes.
And that worked also. I think that song was a bit better, I think, but in the end, this might be might be one of these songs that were underestimated as well.
Yeah, I know I certainly underestimated Knez and before I saw that first rehearsal, and I was like I was kind of very lukewarm on that song beforehand, and then when I saw that first rehearsal, I was like, yes! Oh, so yeah, I'm glad that I'm glad that exceeded expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people leading up to the contest were saying, "Oh, that's not going to do very well. Knez has no charisma," and yet he turned out to have even more charisma in his little finger than half of the other contestants.
Fingers crossed. Okay, yeah. So let's give this a score. I'm going to give this a 4.
3 or 4, what do you think?
Go with your heart.
3.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I'm giving it a 4 as well.
And the public, kind of disappointingly but unsurprisingly, it's a 2 out of 5.
Oh, boo.
Boo.
As we expected.